one more thing.
All right. One more thing is we send you off into the good night. We got NIT on tonight.
NIT UAB taking on North Texas.
Beautiful.
Winner, I guess, chalks it up to a good season.
Absolutely. And definitely helps in recruiting because I've been watching a lot of the NIT. So
These teams have played each other before, both Conference USA, UAB 29-9. It's top of my head. I know North Texas has 30 wins already. Should be a good game, though, tonight. These two teams have had some pretty close games in the NIT, a couple of overtimes. It is Columbia versus Kansas in the WNIT. Coming up in a couple of days. Anybody keeping count? But really, the basketball games we can't wait for. Saturday. FAU, San Diego State. Yeah, that would be cool at first. But the real main entree, UConn versus Miami, Saturday night.
my one more thing is, if you didn't know, I'm in MLB The Show and have been for a few years.
All right.
The newest addition to it is the Negro Leagues, and it is the greatest
cool.
thing ever. Goes in depth into the history of the Negro Leagues and some of the greatest players that you've never heard of, and some you have. But it certainly, has made me proud to be a baseball player, and it's something that even as a player, I was well aware of the Negro Leagues and how difficult segregation was back in the day until Jackie Robinson in 1947. But some of the greatest things that ever happened in my life was like interviewing Buck O'Neil and people like that lived it. And so to have it come to life for a whole new generation to appreciate and learn the history of Major League Baseball, even before Jackie Robinson, I think is one of the greatest additions to the video game series.
I always just think it's so cool seeing what they can do at EA and just all the little things they think of and have it like historically accurate, have it animatronically accurate, and like we saw the Satchel Paige kind of highlight
ridiculous.
that they have from the game. It's so cool looking, really cool looking. My one more thing, I really like a couple of the nicknames that we got today from the show. One from Mr. Brandon Lang, where you go, I go, Sanogo. That was a good one. And then Henry came up with one during the Red Sox game. Nick Casa, not Sue Casa. Or you could go Nick Casa, Sue Casa. If you're a fan of Nick Casa, then yeah. We weren't.
That's beautiful.
Kurt, what you got?
I got no hope. I got no reason.
Come on, man.
The season's over.
Just the Orioles. Just one game. They were in it
We're
to
all
the
done.
end. Oh, man.
No reason to live.
John Ashmead, young
there's no
John Ashmead
tomorrow.
was there today. I wonder how he felt about going to the opening day.
Well,
I
next
hope
time
he
he
had a
does
lot of
that, why
beer.
can't he call the show on the way home?
He probably had a lot of beer and forgot
he
all
could
about
be
it.
like our, guy on the scene.
He should be here tomorrow. We'll ask him
Johnny
about
on the
tomorrow.
spot.
Johnny on the spot.
Johnny Ashmead on the spot.
Henry, you got one more thing? I know your Mets. We get the horns out? Oh, wait, no horns.
Yeah, but Dave Robertson's in there throwing a bunch of curveballs.
You
As
got
we
a
look-
2-run lead with one out, bottom nine or top nine. You could do it.
As we like to say, Robertson's throwing a whole bunch of junk at the Miami Marlins.
That's
but,
his game.
He's very cerebral at this point in his career.
But my one more thing is going to be this weekend is WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Look
Yeah.
at you. You're a huge wrestling fan.
WrestleMania weekend. It's a 2-night event with the main event on night 2, which is Sunday, April 2nd, is the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion of the world, Roman Reigns, taking on the grandson of the plumber, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, who kind of blew us off a couple
So
times.
we're rooting Roman Reigns. 'Cause
Yeah,
Cody
Roman
Rhodes,
Reigns. You better pin him.
Now, we're Dusty Rhodes fans.
We love Dusty.
The American Dream.
Dusty never missed a phoner.
Honestly,
No.
I told my sister, my sister's a huge WWE person. I said, "Hey, Cody Rhodes is going to be on." And she's like, "Oh, I'm definitely streaming on 979 ESPN.com. I'm listening." And I told her, and he didn't
I
show
even
up.
called Dallas Diamond Page to get some dirt on Cody.
We were totally ready for this interview, and then he didn't show up. My sister goes,
No, not just once.
twice.
Twice.
He big-timed you?
My sister,
Nah, I think it was just some communication, but we're going to make it seem like he big timed us.
sister reminded me, that's why they call him the American Nightmare.
Not good on his phone.
He's a nightmare to deal with.
And I got one more thing. A guy Dibble knows very well, the Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The XFL is doing very well this year.
It's good.
All right, okay.
He's doing the XFL is doing very well. It's got some good numbers. I
I've
just went
tuned in.
football.
Rob and I have tuned in a couple of times
Haven't
this
seen
year
a lot
already.
of people at the game.
Now, depending on
They're all sitting at home watching
now,
the games.
depending on where you go. In St. Louis, it's like a really big thing.
That's cool.
Well, they're great fans of St. Louis.
And then in DC, I think it's in DC where every home game, they have like this big beer snake, where everybody just puts like a whole bunch of beer beer
Old
cups.
style, didn't they create that in
You can
Chicago?
thank my
Yeah.
Cubs
I
fans
think the
for
Cubs
creating the
invented that.
beer snake.
The no fun police will always make them stop, but I think it's pretty ingenious. And then just recycle, people.
Yes.
Remember,
There you
recycle
go.
the plastic. That's going to do it for us. Hopefully you enjoyed the opening day edition of the Rob Dibble Show. We will be back tomorrow after the UConn baseball game.